on Saturday that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga lost the election to be the AUC chair. I think I largely agree with the dailies that there were many blunders that the president committed. And I think ultimately this is what cost us. Of course, there were those factors about francophones, that is French-speaking countries who, vote as a bloc. Then Islamic countries who also vote as a bloc. But looking at the results of the first and second rounds, I think that is not what was at play. I think when after the second round, I think what came into play and what finally cost us were the blunders, especially by the president. And this is about his position on the Palestinian conflict with Israel, where he was seen to have sided with Israel. In what people agree is something we can even call it genocide that Israel is perpetrating against the people of Palestine. And I think that alone could have cost, and like my co-panelists are saying, we do not know exactly who voted where, but that might have cost us all the Muslim states vote. That alone. Looking at, again, President Ruto's intervention in the conflict between Congo and Rwanda, that again cost us with the SADC countries, because of course, that there was a letter, although it came very late, asking the members of SADC countries to vote for the Madagascar candidate. Although not all the 16 of them voted for him, even the first round, I think about 10 did. But I think that was a factor. So when ultimately it was Raila against Mohammed Yusuf, I think the SADC countries decided to vote with the Djibouti candidate because again of the blunders that President Ruto committed during his intervention in this conflict. And when I came in, I found Honorable Makali talking about the kind of image that we sent as Kenyans. I even saw people, I think I saw one gentleman donning the Kenyan flag, lying on the road and, lifting his legs, the way we do our politics here. Remember, Fred, the voters here were heads of state. These are not people where whom you can influence by carrying, crowds. I think almost every other member of parliament, of course, that is in the coalition, that coalition was there. And I think the president and the heads of states were not impressed by the image. I think that is something that would have cost us, Fred. And these are heads of states. These are people who consume intelligence every day. I think they also interrogated President Ruto's intentions in supporting Raila Odinga. Did he support Raila Odinga because he believed in the statesmanship and the Pan-Africanist ideologies of Raila Amolo Odinga? Or did he support Raila Amolo Odinga because he wanted Raila Amolo Odinga out of the Kenyan space so that he can continue perpetrating his dictatorship? Without question, because everybody's agreed that Raila so far is the only leader that can really put the government to task. And I believe these heads of states got to know through intelligence that President Ruto's support was not genuine. President Ruto's support was actually to serve his interests locally. And I believe the heads of states decided, we cannot allow you to use us to sort out your internal affairs in Kenya. And I think this is something that must have played, must have dealt Raila this blow. And looking at these diplomatic blunders again, going back there, you know. And I think it is Honorable Horisho that talked about the kind of utterances that we make here and out there, you know. You know, looking at the local speeches that our president makes, you know, even calling people stupid, people who never went to school, people who do not have PhDs, people who only grow mung beans and so have no standing to talk about corruption, to talk about abductions and killings. You know, this is the same mentality that has made him, you know, make some diplomatic blunders. Yes. Because, and I think we should advise, if he would listen, that at least let us first of all be consulting professionals. We have very many diplomats who can advise on how to go about, but the major problem with President Ruto has been, does he listen to anybody? Yes. Does he take any advice?
And listen to that, what you've just said. Could we say that probably a president talks too much? He talked about the DRC